folks, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Natasha and I do book things here occasionally. I'm going to talk about my Goodreads goal, how I've been failing at my Goodreads goal, and the 10 short books that I want to read as quickly as possible in order to hopefully get that back up. So as it stands, I'm currently 10 books behind my Goodreads schedule, goal, whatever, and I want to change that. So I had set my goal to reading 100 books and I think I'm at like 24 or 25 right now, and according to Goodreads at this point in the year, math, statistics, I am 10 books behind. So as much as I could change it, given the fact that this year is weird for everyone, I kind of want to stick to it. I want to, attempt to accomplish my goal and not really like crap out of it so early. For that, I have 10 short books here that I'm all interested in. They were stuff pulled from my shelves and I want to try to read them as quickly as I can. I'm just of the mindset of being really kind to yourself right now, and so I'm going to be kind to myself by having a couple of middle grade books, a couple of graphic novels, a couple of short books, and going from there, and sort of hoping that that's going to jumpstart me wanting to read, 300-page books in a day again, because that's what I used to be able to do, just like sit down and power through like 300 or 350 pages in a day. It's been months since I've been able to do that. I'm hoping that by feeling accomplished by short books, that I'll get back into the thing. 3 other optional ones here as well that are shorter. Actually, I'll start with these. These are just things that are shorter that I'm interested in. This seems like a big honkin' thing, but this is a horror manga that I've never got around to reading. This was one that it was sealed at like chapters, and so it's supposed to be really intense, and it's about a gothic Lolita girl, urban legend horror kind of thing. And I have a feeling I could go through it pretty quick, so it's like in the same realm of graphic novels. I could probably finish them, easily. The other ones I have here they're really not short books by any means. This is 313 pages, so arguably like 40 pages shorter than the majority of what I read. But this is Born by Jeff Vandermeer, and this is sort of a futuristic sci-fi kind of world with this like object called Born, and a lot of people have said to read this. It said it's weird, it's good, and I don't know, in my heart and soul, this is the kind of thing I want to consume right now. A horror book that I've heard is also really good. This is 270 pages shorter. Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay, and I believe this is the one that is yes, so vacationing at a remote cabin not far from the Canadian border. That's me, I'm in Canada. So the first one I have here, this is a book that was on my Christmas list, and my father-in-law picked it up for me. And it's short, 300 pages, seems shorter because it's small. This is The Dreamers by Karen Thompson Walker. This, I believe, if I can remember correctly, is a book about a girl who falls asleep, her roommate can't wake her up, and it's sort of set into this world of like dreamland kind of state. What that means, I'm not entirely sure. I think this has a lot of similarities to, what is it, the Stephen King one that I can't think of, Sleeping Beauties. I'd be really interested to see how this compares to that, but this is short, something on my list, hoping to add that, get that done quickly. The next up here is another short one. This is The Seep. This is by Channa Porter. It has a trans character, which I love to read about, in an adult setting in like an alien invasion, which just sounds fantastic. It's supposed to be really surreal and kind of bizarre and weird as well, and the cover is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen, so really into that, and want to finish it. So, and this one was not cheap. I think this was a pretty like expensive little book, hardcover, and I remember I paid full price for this, so I want to get to it. I have 2 books here by the same author that are in the same realm as graphic novel kind of stuff. There's this one, which is Meg and Mog in Amsterdam and Other Stories. Now, I'd started this So about halfway through, which is kind of cheating, but whatever. And this is a extremely, when I tell you extremely graphic, messed up, trippy dippy, like you better be high when you read this kind of stuff, it's this. It follows a witch and her cat, and they date and do it, and an owl character and some other like really shitty characters. It's extremely weird. Like, I'm talking one of the weirder things I've ever have seen, and I like stuff like that. So for me, like, at one point they just have sex in an IKEA, like, and I can't even show this on YouTube, but the witch turns into, like, they do a lot of drugs and they take a lot of acid, and it's it's really weird. You like look at the cover, you know. I think you more or less know what you're getting into with this. Anyway, yeah, so it's very, very bizarre, and kind of one of those things that you need to be under the influence of mind-altering substances to enjoy. And what better time for that than quarantine? You know. So next is another short one. They're all short, what am I kidding? Next is a middle grade, and this is one I picked up a long time ago, I think at BEA. Yeah, October 2019. This is Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds, and this is 10 tales about what happens after the dismissal bell rings, and walking home. And I think this would just be like a nice, quick, sort of middle grade, something consumable book. Next I have two more intense, I guess, graphic novels. I'm debating on one of them, you'll see why. But I have Road Rage, and this is Joe Hill, Stephen King, Richard Madison, and it's graphic novel, very, I don't know, I call this like, this is gonna sound bad, I call this like grown man graphic novel style. You know what I mean by that, maybe. Grungy and dark and very like yellow ochre colored. A lot about, I think it's all about cars and stuff and road rage. I don't know. It's like a horror. It's a horror something or other. Yeah, so this is Joe Hill and Stephen King coming together for like a graphic novel dealio. And then this is the one that I'm kind of like on, because it is a graphic novel. I want to read it. But do I want to read The Stand right now? Or part of The Stand? This is the first book in the series of The Stand. I've read The Stand, and it has to do with the pandemic and a flu-like virus. And so I'm debating whether or not I want to read this, but because I know what I'm getting into, and because I have read the full book of The Stand, I'm more willing to give the graphic novel a try. It's super short. There's a bunch in a series. It's beautiful. Like, the artwork in it is absolutely stunning. So I want to give it a try, but I don't know if I'll be in the right mood right now for it, so we'll see. Up next is another arc that I had, never got around to. This is a middle grade as well. This is Dear Sweet Pea by Julie Murphy, and this follows a 7th grade aged girl, and I believe she ends up, through circumstances, writing like an advice column. This is pretty short, like under 300 pages, and it's written pretty big font, middle grade. So again, it seems like something easy, quick to consume. That's just what I want right now. And then I have two more like that as well. I have something I'm putting off forever. I have Furthermore by Tahara Mafi. This is a decent size novel, like it's 400 pages, but I feel like it would go quickly in my mind. Maybe not, maybe I'll start it and it'll be slow. But because of the age range for it, typically those are the books that I just like power through. It's something to do with color and finding her father. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know that much about anything. No, I'm not even gonna lie. Another middle grade small book. This is almost under 200 pages. 210. This is Clairvoyant. This is another middle grade, and this is about a girl who ends up in her middle school writing horoscopes and they come true. So she basically has like clairvoyant powers, so they call her Clairvoyant. Hilarious. I love that. And then another one of those trippy dippy books. I bought another one. This is One More Year, so this is more of that same author's super weird shit. Like, what's going on here? What's going on with the witch there? We don't know. I don't know. Those are the 10 things that I'm planning on reading as quickly as possible. I am going to immediately turn this off and get started on something and say that I finished it. So I will update you guys. Can I do 10 books in 10 days? I don't know, but I'm going to attempt to vlog it and see how good I do in 10 days and update you guys there and see how many of these I can get done snappy as quickly as possible while also playing Animal Crossing 12 hours a day. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I want to try to get my Goodreads back to a normal state. Hopefully you guys like this. Let me know in the comments down below. Have you read any of these? Which ones are fast? And we'll go from there. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, if you guys notice I'm not wearing my wedding ring, don't worry. I am in fact still married to Jeff. I ended up getting lime juice underneath all my rings, like all of my rings, because I'm an idiot and I made nachos and put lime on it and it burnt underneath my rings. So yeah, it like seeped under my rings and like rubbed and basically had really bad chemical burns on all my fingers. So I had to take my rings off. So that's why I'm not wearing my wedding ring. She's still taken, men, ladies, and folks. Okay? Don't come at me. Or do, I mean. Hope you guys are doing good. And until my next video, I'll talk to all you soon. Bye!